Assalamualaikum and very good morning. Welcome to our forum on a key question in Malaysian creative landscape. If we have many creative graduates, why do skill shortage still exist? The creative sector cover film, theatre, dance, music, animation, gaming, cultural heritage, and content creation. Despite universities like Aswara, UTM, MMU, Sunway, and UM producing graduates every year, employers still report not having enough skilled people, especially for specialized roles. Joining us today are four Aswara students: Toti, Film and Screen; Jesse, Dance; Azri, Music Technology; Odang, Theatre and Stage Management. Thank you for being here. Let's begin with our first question. If universities are producing many creative graduates, why do Malaysian employers still report skill shortage?
Let me answer this question briefly. There's no deny that the industry has grown, but there is a problem in industry implementations. As, a, as an example, we can find many graduates from universities, but many companies report low workers or skilled people to come and work for them. As an example, Finas recently made a study that despite having the highest graduations of a year, but they reported having under supplies of workers. Another problem is sometimes students may graduate with classroom skills rather than on-site skills. For example, they know how to do the stuff, but they lack the hands-on skills to do so. I think one of the solutions that we can combat this is we can send the students for courses to let them even just see how the professionals work. And I think that is what we can do.
Yeah, so I would like to add on to Toti's point. In the dance industry, it's pretty similar also. We have a lot of dance graduates, as mentioned by Fahmi. We have dance graduates from Aswara, from UITM, but there is still a report of lack of dancers in the industry. So we are not just looking for people who can dance, we are also looking for people who have the industry discipline, people who can handle the grueling hours, the training, and even have the etiquette within the industry. And we're also looking for people who have cross-disciplinary collaboration abilities, project management, and branding and marketing themselves. So it's not just about dancing on its own. And unfortunately, a lot of students still lack all of the skills mentioned before that. So other than that, dance production companies, they are also looking for people who understand lighting cues, multimedia interaction, or physical theater. So even though graduates, they have strong movement vocabulary, but they still lack the the production literacy skills.
Hello, my name is Azri. For me, I see it differently. I don't agree that there's skill shortage. Many have the skills but industry structure is unstable. For example, music production students or grads, they have various skills such as using the digital audio workstation, and in that digital audio workstation, they can use it to compose, they can and arrange, they can use it to record, mix, and master. But because jobs are project based and equipments are expensive, graduates actually they move to a higher paying jobs. So they actually move to going into advertising, they go into media, they go into those corporate jobs that are relentlessly 9 to 5. So this so-called shortage is a retention problem. So talented people leave because the industry doesn't offer clear pathway of financial stabilities.
Hello? Well, sorry. Well, I do agree with Azri just now because in theatre we do have very talented people, like such as actors, stage managers, and even scenography. But the thing is, the ecosystem is too small. Usually in theater, we do have a seasonal stage, which is maybe they go 1 or 2 months of very, very lot of theater shows, but then it goes silent, some would say. So yeah, that's what it means. And also, one of the reasons because that we have a tight budget. Unlike Singapore, who have a NAC fund, or South Korea, who have a structural artist residency, if I'm not mistaken, we don't really have that much. Usually we hear is more on NGOs, and yeah, the shortage is really really short. So yeah, it's not really a skilled graduates problem. It's more of a small ecosystem which lacks leads the newcomers to lack of skill because there's not a lot of production they can join actually. So yeah, that's my.
Thank you. We move to next question. What can Malaysian university or creative industry do to bridge this gap?
Okay, thank you for the question. As I believe is industry involvement. We have a lack of implementation in our system, which I have mentioned briefly earlier. How so? Is actually when students learn in their classrooms, they learn just the theories, they don't know how to handle under stress, for example, because many problems in the industry roots back to working under pressure. So one thing that universities can do is actually bring industry workers as part-time lecturers or guest lecturers, we can call them, to actually give an in-depth picture of how the industry works. But sometimes, even though we learn in the classroom, we have different lingos for each sector in the industry. Sometimes we call it like shortcuts, or sometimes we call it, because it's something that everybody has gotten used to. So it's important to implement those soft skills, we call them, to students. One more thing is we can bring the students to, let's say, production sets or the film production environment, just to make them feel or know, experience how does an environment in this pressure works. And I think that is one or two things we can start with. Moving on.
Yeah, to add on to Toti, I think in the performing arts, it's very important to emphasize hybrid skills. So for dance, for example, we don't just want to learn how to dance, we also want to learn how to choreograph, manage shows, creating digital content, and even learning how to promote ourselves online. So all these skills are very important in the industry as we are seeking people who can handle versatility rather than just dancing on its own. And I feel like universities should also include programs such as entrepreneurship, event management, digital literacy, so that graduates will be more confident to enter the gig-based system in Malaysia.
Thank you. I agree with Toti and Jesse, but I think the industry itself must improve. And how can they improve? Companies need to offer fair pay. So fair pay doesn't mean equal pay. It means reasonable pay. That means where every worker or anyone in the company can agree on. And next is clear job roles. So they should know what they are supposed to do. They're not supposed to get last minute jobs doing something else. So they are focused on whatever they are specializing in. And lastly, most importantly actually, is training for newcomers, because they are the one that's going to be the ones taking over the older generations, right? So if Malaysia companies invest in training newcomers, like studios in Singapore, Thailand and Korea, which they've already been doing for years, these graduates will actually stay longer and specialize, and industry will naturally strengthen. So, yeah.
All right, sorry. Yeah, so I do agree with it. We need to expand our ecosystem because in Malaysia we do have such festivals such as Kereta Pisarung, Georgetown Fest, KL Fringe, which is open a path for the youth to make their play or expose their talent to the community. Why we do need the youth? Because As we know, the crowd of theater is statistically decreasing by time. So what we need to do is maybe let the youth take over because they know what the youth to attract them, what they want, what they need, what make them excited and everything like that. So yeah, sometimes, as they say, you have to fight fire with fire, right? So yeah, by helping them, we can maybe give micro grants, not really that much grants, just 1,000 to 10,000, just to let them make their experimental work done. And maybe if there's opportunities, they can do touring, maybe to other states. Start small by maybe going to other states first, in Malaysia, and maybe we can expand it to ASEAN country, like Indonesia, Thailand, which they have a very rich culture. And then maybe, if God give, we can expand it internationally. Maybe go to America, Broadway, where the theater is more appreciated and more people more like it, I suppose. So yeah. So that's why we need more production, which is more production equals to more jobs opportunity, which leads to more chance to these newcomers to expand their skills. So yeah, as they say, talent is gained by practicing it, not just by learning in the classroom. So we need more of this.
Thank you. Thank you, panelists, for the thoughtful discussion. Here a brief summary. We heard that Malaysia's skill shortage stems from several factors: rapid technological change, limited specialists. Thank you, panelists, for the thoughtful discussion. Here a brief summary. We heard that Malaysia's skill shortage stems from several factors: rapid technological change, limited specialized training, gaps in industry red lines, and weak soft skill or professionalism. Another perspective suggests that the shortage is more structural. Malaysia has talent, but we lose it due an unstable industry, limited long-term opportunity, low wage, inconsistent project, and small creative ecosystem. Across all viewpoints, one conclusion is clear: stronger collaboration is needed between universities, industry player, and cultural institution. With better training, a sustainable career pathway, and a more developed ecosystem, Malaysia creative industry can grow much further. Thank you everyone for being with us today.